The Riddler is a classic villain from the DC Comics, and just may be Batman's most intelligent and elusive adversary. Created by Dick Spring and Bill Finger, he first appeared in Detective Comics number 140 in October of 1948. As a child, Edward Nygma was a straight A student and was probably the smartest kid in his school. Nygma's father was a very disturbed man. He would often beat Edward, accusing him of cheating in school. He really did this because he was infuriated at the fact that his son was smarter than he was. These unfortunate events would make Edward feel the need to compulsively tell the truth and prove that he was innocent no matter what. This could possibly be the reason why he is so obsessed with riddles. This might also explain why he is such a troubled individual himself. Years later, Edward worked as a software designer for the company Competitron. Nygma would create their best-selling game called The Riddle of the Minotaur. Nygma made Competitron a lot of money, but instead of being praised for his work, head of the company Daniel Mockridge fired Nygma, taking all the glory for himself. Ed would call Mockridge a fool, thinking he could get away with this, and that his immoral greed is no match for an intellect like mine. Mockridge responded by saying, "If you're so smart, then tell me something, Eddie. Why aren't you rich?" A few years later, Mockridge was attempting to sell his company to local billionaire Bruce Wayne, accompanied by his trusted friend Lucius Fox. When he was startled by a message on a building across the street that read, "Why do multi-million-dollar deals break down in the wasteland?" It was a riddle. Frightened by this, he told Mr. Wayne that they would have to wrap this up later, because something had come up. He then fled the building looking like he had seen a ghost. Bruce would find this very off. After reading the riddle himself, he decided it would be a good idea to look into it. After some deep thinking, Batman remembers that Mockridge owns a club downtown called the Wasteland. Realizing this, the dynamic duo, Batman and Robin, head to the nightclub thinking Mockridge might be walking into some kind of trap. Meanwhile at the club, Mockridge enters the building, yelling "Nygma," knowing it's him who sent the message. Mockridge, now angry, told Nygma that he's trespassing. Nygma would respond saying, "You don't understand, I have a proposition for you." Mockridge, with excitement, asked, "What do you have, a new game?" Nygma, now holding some rings, says, "No, I have this puzzle. Care to try it out?" Tossing it to him, telling him to solve it, then we'll talk. Mockridge, blinded by greed, tries the ring puzzle, handcuffing himself in the process. He then panics, yelling, "What is this, some kind of extortion scheme?" Nygma, with a smile, says, "You think I want money? Not anymore. What I want now is your life." Not long after, Batman and Robin burst through the window, only to find Edward Nygma now calling himself the Riddler. He sent two goons to fight and distract the duo while his other men dragged Mockridge away. The twisted Riddler took Mockridge to a maze he had constructed that was an exact replica of the hit video game Nygma created years ago. The Riddle of the Minotaur. Batman and Robin arrived on the site only to find a hologram of Riddler, telling them to remove their utility belts before entering, saying that it'll make it more interesting. The Bat Crew worked their way up the maze, fighting robots and solving riddles along the way. Finally, they found Mockridge tied up with a timer counting down, as the Robo Minotaur is about to stab Nygma's former boss. However, Batman quickly subdues the robotic beast. They save Mockridge, Batman then says, "You're through, Nigma." But Riddler pops up on the projector saying, "Sorry, boys. By the time you get out of the maze, I'll be out of the city." I've always found the Riddler to be an interesting character. The way he challenges his opponents with his mind in a battle of wits. While doing research for this video, I found out that Riddler once had two female henchmen called Echo and Quarry. They remind me a lot of Harley Quinn. I even feel like they could have been the inspiration for her character. That is the puzzling origin of the Riddler. Let me know in the comments section, who is your favorite Batman villain? I wanted to let you all know that we just started the Patreon page for Stay Up Late Productions. If you'd like to become a member, I'll be posting exclusive videos there and ad-free content as well. Happy Thanksgiving, and until next time, Stay Up Late Productions.